Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today I have the good fortune to be joined by Eden Bowen, partner and financial planner at FeeOnly Financial Planning LC, FeeOnlyRoanoke.com. Eden, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, hey there, Seth. Thanks for having me today. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yes, my pleasure. Now, I think you've got the distinction of being the only financial planner we've ever interviewed who has a minor in equine studies. Tell us about your love of horses.
Yes. Oh gosh, be careful. That's a big can of worms that you're opening. Yeah. So I've been an equestrian since, gosh, I think I started riding when I was 7. My mom likes to say that horse was one of my first words. So I've been riding all my life and actually have, as you pointed out, a minor in equine studies. And that's actually the career path that I had originally thought that I would follow following graduation. But as we know, life has twists and turns, and now I am in the financial industry, but horses are still a big, big part of my life.
All right, so I just got to know, what is the career path for someone in the equine business? And then we'll get into the financial planning aspect.
Sure. Well, I mean, like with any industry, there's plenty of professions that can be had. So I knew I didn't want to be hands-on per se with horses, as far as being like a horse trainer or a riding instructor, barn manager. I knew I didn't want to spend day in and day out in the barn. I like to do that, on the side as a hobby, but I didn't want to do that full time. So with my business degree in equine minor, I had hoped to, and I actually did, I pursued a career for a few years within the equine business. And I worked for an equine company called SmartPack Equine. And they are pioneers in the equine nutritional space, if you will believe it, just like people take supplements.
Yeah, horses take supplements.
Business. Yeah, they do. And it's actually, a big business, and SmartPack is well known for any other horse lovers listening. Will know the name quite well. They have a proprietary feed method where it's like a single serve, kind of like how people have the single serve, like you can put all of your supplements and do like a monthly auto ship type of thing. So 15 years ago, I believe, SmartPack created that for horses, and it's wildly popular. And although not working for the company anymore, really enjoyed my time there, and I still use all of their products on my 2 horses. So, but yeah, a twist of fate, ended up, like I said, instead, pursuing finance, which had you asked me that even 5 years ago, but definitely 10 years ago when I was in school, I would have said that is the last thing I thought that I would do.
Understood. And talk a little bit about the transition from the world of horses to financial services.
Yeah, good question. The two don't really seem like they would relate, but that story begins way back when I was a child. So I'm a second generation partner in my family's financial planning practice. And so that means I grew up being around Their firm, literally getting to meet, their clients that became close friends at the house and, through other social events. And even too, in my teenage years, I would answer the phones at the office and, do some filing or shredding, whatever my parents really had lying around that I could do as a summer job. So my exposure to the business began at a young age. But probably, as most teenagers would tell you, the last thing I thought I would end up doing would be working with my parents in a professional sense. I had hard eyes for horses and just really pursued that 100%, but still well knowing that, my major in business administration would provide a safety net should things not work out in the horse world. So, my parents, if you ask them this question, they'd say they dripped on me for a long time saying, if this is ever something you want to do, all you have to do is, let us know. And so after 2 months living in New England, working with SmartPack, mind you, I'm a Southerner at heart. I grew up in Southwest Virginia. So the move to New England was a big transition in and of itself. After 2 brutal winters there, I knew that I had to transition back down south to be closer to family, and had, explored an opportunity to take my work remote with me. But even 5 years ago, that was nowhere near as common as it is today. So things transpired where I had moving plans and I needed a job, and my parents had a lot of project work that they had wanted to give time and attention, but just because of the volume of, work in the practice, they really didn't have a chance to. So put my writing and marketing skills and customer support expertise to work. And I joined the practice in 2016, really solely with the intention of, helping them with project management and looking for another opportunity elsewhere. Now, 6 months into that role, I really got to see the ins and outs of financial planning and just grew to love it. I loved, the relationships that I knew we had with clients, but seeing it firsthand. And, despite my parents telling me over the years that really it's only about 1/3 of our job, number crunching, it's nothing to be afraid of. There's, education and counseling and relationship building and all these other pieces to it. I couldn't really grasp that until I saw it firsthand. So yeah, 6 months into me working in the practice, I started pursuing my CFP.
Well, congratulations. It's an incredible journey. So you talked about the relationship aspect. Talk a little bit about what makes FeeOnly Roanoke different.
Yeah, so I'd say we're unique in several ways. So first and foremost, we're a family practice, 3 partners, myself and my parents. We don't have any support staff. And what makes that even more impressive is we serve 140 families and about 300 million in assets under management. So I'd say we like to say that we're a pretty lean machine. And the way that we accomplish that too in managing that workload is kind of unique as well. So we really offer, first and foremost, comprehensive planning. So we do financial planning in tandem with asset management, and really believe that the foundation of any, investment performance or portfolio is comprehensive and collaborative planning. And specifically to, we are proud to be fee only, and, kind of be pioneers in that field. Our practice started in 1981. And I'm proud to say that a lot of the clients that we still serve today are some of my parents' first clients from the 80s.
That is awesome. Now, you talked about the relationships. How often are you touching your clients, and how are you touching them other than investment performance results?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that question because we're a little unique in that sense as well. So kind of from an upper level view, we have kind of 2 main business models, as you would say. So we have like a flat fee, semi-annual reporting model, and that's about half of our business. And then the other half is more intensive quarterly reporting, which is built upon a percentage of assets under management contract. And we also do have a growing I guess, more introductory financial planning only model, which we've been building out recently to work with younger professionals who, don't have the investable assets that fit into our traditional model. But really it's those two, prior models that build our business. And so what that looks like is obviously either semi-annual or quarterly reporting, but something that is also unique about us and allows us to manage our workflow better is that we do rolling 90-day quarters as opposed to calendar quarters. So I'd say that makes us a little unique. At the beginning of every month, we report on about a third of our clients' portfolios, and breaking up our workload and touching our clients, according to, like I said, what that reporting schedule looks like, also looks like a personalized letter that accompanies their reports. So, we do a deep dive into their portfolio and make explicit recommendations each either 6 or 3 months, and send a personalized letter that, also includes, hope your family's doing well, hope the dog's going well, all of those types of really personal touches that we're able to do because we do collaborate, all three of us with each client family. And there's a lot of history there. So I'd say that makes us unique. We also kind of let the client dictate untraditional meeting schedule. So, we're available for clients, obviously, to reach us via email or on the phone, and they certainly take advantage of that. And we love that, for quick questions. But I know it's traditional in our industry to, have an annual meeting or maybe a semi-annual meeting or whatever that might look like. And we really don't follow that traditional model. We respect and understand that the client wants to meet and talk to us as much as the client wants to meet and talk to us. So if that looks like more, we'll meet more. But oftentimes in our experience over the last almost 40 years, it's looked like a lot less. So, it's great. We really work to build a system together and we implement, and we're here as life changes. And, being with people for 30 plus years, certainly we've seen a lot of life changes and, marriages and divorces and moves and retirement and whatever that looks like. And we're happy to be there along the way.
Absolutely. How are you bringing new clients in the door in this post-COVID environment?
Yeah, good question, because it definitely looks different now than it did before. So we also, all three of us actually work exclusively remotely at this point. And I would say that is because of COVID, but we actually made that transition last year. So we had a traditional, office front in downtown Virginia for 36 years. And last October, we decided to sell the building. And because many of our clients, they live across 18 different states, and even the local clients really don't have the need that they once maybe did, to come by and meet unexpectedly or have meetings in person. Technology has really allowed us to, expand what a traditional meeting looks like. So as of last year, we've all been working remotely, and it was actually a pretty seamless transition for us because of, as I said, how our clients have, spread out over the country and they've been accustomed to a virtual experience. I've been working from Atlanta, Georgia for the past 2 years, which in and of itself was a pretty seamless transition as well for that same reason. It's funny, I had other professionals in the Virginia area prior to my move tell me that, well, I just don't know how you're going to be able to maintain your client base here in Virginia if you're in Atlanta. And we're proud to say that we didn't lose any families. And, it's kind of funny, especially now looking back in retrospect, like who would have thought we would have been here where everybody's been forced to adopt the model that we've, kind of early on really enjoyed and were able to leverage. So as far as bringing clients in, a lot of our clients, our business has grown organically just via word of mouth and referral from, existing clients. Makes for an intricate web when, a lot of your clients are related or professional colleagues or, it's just kind of funny when you think about how the 2 degrees of separation really is quite larger when it comes to this kind of, practice. But yeah, it really has been a matter of, growing by word of mouth, growing by referrals from our existing awesome clients, being with, my parents as advisors for 30 plus years. Unfortunately, a lot of our clients are, transitioning and growing older. And so natural attrition has occurred, but, because of our pretty close relationship of those 30 plus years with families, I've gotten to establish a relationship with their children and maintain, kind of that transitional generational wealth has maintained in our practice. So, we're lucky to say that that's been the case.
That is awesome. A great story, amazing practice that you've built. For our folks who want to learn more about what you're doing, where is the best place for them to go and learn? Yeah,
absolutely. So you can find us on our website at www.feeonlyroanoke.com. I also am producing a monthly blog there as well that's new this year, and I'm looking forward to generating, more educational content. That's something I'm very passionate about, is, improving financial literacy and empowering, either clients or prospects or, just individuals. They should really, know what they're investing in, know what their financial plan is, know how those things work, how much they cost, and feel empowered to take control of that. So, there's a blog on there. I would encourage people to follow along. And really our website is the best place to reach us. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much for a fascinating interview. This has been Seth Greene with Eden Bowen of FeeOnlyRoanoke.com. Eden, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Seth. Take care.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.